What we're talking about is what are the historical facts? There's been a revolution in the academic world. What's the revolution that's taken place among academic scholars concerning the facts about Jesus' resurrection? And what's interesting about Dr. Habermas is I've asked him to speak only about the facts that skeptical scholars, atheists, those who do not believe like evangelicals do not believe that the Bible is the inspired Word of God. How in the world does he convince them of certain facts about Jesus' resurrection? And Dr. Habermas, for the folks that are just joining this week, what are the 5 minimal facts? And we're going to talk about where you got these from and a whole lot more. But what are the 5 facts, put them on the table, that even critical scholars will accept today?
If I were to pick 5, the ones we've been dealing with, Jesus died by crucifixion. Shortly afterwards, the disciples had experiences which they believed were appearances of the risen Jesus. Thirdly, the result was a total transformation of their lives, turned their worlds upside down, even to the point of constantly putting themselves in danger. They had wife and families and everything else, but they just thought the preaching of the gospel, in the early chapters of Acts, they thought it was a privilege to suffer persecution for his name. And then it says, so with great power they went out and preached the resurrection of Jesus. From the beginning, that was a central message. And then 2 skeptics, James, the brother of Jesus, Paul, the Pharisee, ex-Pharisee, became Christians because they thought that they too had seen appearances of the risen Jesus. Now throw in there as well the empty tomb with 20-some evidences in its favor. And one thing we haven't talked a lot about, but we're ready to do it in this program, is the earliness of this report. 25, many millions of people can remember big events from 25 years ago. But we're going to get this thing all the way back to the crucifixion of Jesus. So this is crucial information.
For people that are joining us for the first time this week, they're saying, but hey, you're using the Bible, and I don't believe the Bible, and I don't believe that most scholars believe the Bible. It's not the inspired Word of God. Come on, what are you doing here?
You have to hear the words I'm saying. They don't use the Bible as if to say, no skeptic's going to say, yeah, that's the Bible, it's the Word of God, it's inspired, and I have devotions every day. That's not what they do. But they read the Gospels, and Paul in particular is being authoritative first century texts. They read them because, as one scholar says, why wouldn't you read them? They're the earliest texts we have.